Yo, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Happy holiday weekend to everybody, man. I know everybody gonna be barbecuing. You know what I'm saying? Getting in for Memorial Day. Salute to everybody that's tuning in right now. Like I said, on this beautiful Friday. First, we gonna get through these notes, but first, I need y'all to do me a solid, man. Before you walk in my house, you gotta wipe your feet off, meaning go ahead and hit that like button, man. All right? Let's feed the YouTube algorithm real quick. And make sure you hit that subscribe button so we can hit this million subscribers. You understand me? Real talk, bro. I'm going big to go home. You understand me? That's where we at with it. We trying to hit that milestone. We trying to get where we need to be. Because I know we should be bigger than what we are. Also, shout to everybody on X that's tuning in right now. Shout to everybody on YouTube. And if you ain't following me on X, make sure you go to Boxing GMT and give me a follow over there on X. Also over there on X, you can find me at Slick50 TV, SLK50 TV. All right, Instagram GMT_ boxing. Excuse me, y'all. All right, but we gonna go ahead and jump into this, man. I wanted to go earlier, but that Timberwolves game was on, man, and I knew they was gonna lose. They were just letting Dallas get too close. They getting way too many chances in the end. Ooh, in the end, you know what I'm saying, to come back. And yeah, it was inevitable. It just looked like it. And then the refs went and calling calls. It was, I'm gonna be real with y'all. I like basketball, but I don't watch it like that no more for that reason. You know what I'm saying? And why is it blocking everything? I don't know. But anyway, for some reason, something is out of whack. It didn't used to be like this. But anyway, the refs weren't calling calls. That was a big call from Kyrie that should have been called on Kyrie when the ball went out of bounds, hit my guy arm, the ball goes out of bounds. They go review it. They just review it to see who hand it come off of. Something got to be done about that, bro. Something has to be done about that. There's no way that should be handled that in that manner. That's a big make or break call for them. And but nevertheless, Anthony Edwards got to figure it out. He got to get back in the game. I don't know what's going on, but great game to Dallas. They up 2-0 for those who didn't get tuned in the game. 2-0, bro. Luka hit a hell of a three-pointer at the end. My man couldn't even run up and down the court, but he ended up hitting one of the biggest shots of the game, if not the biggest shot of the game. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So all my Minnesota fans, man, I feel you right now. Y'all down 2-0. We're going to see what's going to happen tomorrow. But on to another announcement. We got up to 7 people in the raffle. I've already sent the money back. We're not doing it. The shirt will be here. I may choose to do it a different date. I don't know. But until then, I'm going to continue to get signatures. So just to put it out there, it ain't going down. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I may choose to go further, but I'm going to send it back out to my boy, and we're going to continue getting signatures on it, man. I'm not ending it, especially if I'm keeping it. I want that mother to be filled, you hear me? But that's nevertheless, man. But thank you to everybody who did participate, you know what I'm saying? And they thanked me as well, like giving them a shot. But, yo, they understand. I hope everybody else understand, you know what I'm saying? But like I say, we are still going to have giveaways coming up soon, so stay tuned every time we hit a milestone. Right now, the next milestone we need to get to is 1,500. Once we get to 1,500, I will be doing a giveaway. All right, not a raffle. This one will be a giveaway. All right, man. Where is my notes? Where is my notes? I guess we can start off. Man, I don't know where we want to start with the news, bro. Where we want to start with the news? Let's talk Ryan, bro. I'm at the end of this. I don't think I want to talk about this no more after this. This has been an ongoing discussion in my DMs, you know, between viewers and people just over that way. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Now to talk about the hair sample. Now, I know there's a lot of people talking about this hair sample stuff, and that never been through it. If you stay in the state of California, bro, or if you had any type of cases, or you know people who on drug charges or things like that, it's two things they gonna want from you. You know why? This is it: a hair sample, or they gonna want a fingernail. Okay, your fingernail and your hair do not lie. You could trace it back for I don't know how long, bro. There's no getting it out your system. Once it's in your hair and in your fingernail, it's gonna tell you how much and how often. Ain't no getting around it. You can get around a piss test. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Now, people that's like, oh, I told you, he was dirty. He told you he was dirty. I knew he was gonna be dirty. Everybody knew he was gonna be dirty. If long as it didn't get messed up or somebody didn't crack it open and do something to it, whatever was in A sample was gonna be in a B sample. It just was by percentage. But regardless of the fact it was in this system, it is what it is. Now, pulling a hair test, it's gonna tell if it was accidental, all right? Basically, right? But nonetheless, guess what's finna happen? Even if it was accidental, like I said, accidental or not, you should be suspended. Why? Because you have to take personal responsibility. That's what's wrong with the world now. Ain't no personal responsibility, ain't no accountability. But the New York State Athletic Commission, they're going to make sure that whether it be 3 months, 6 months, a year, whatever it is, they're going to give him something. Now, him proving that it wasn't intentional may shorten that sentence. You understand what I'm saying? May shorten it. But if he proves it's unintentional, he still should get something, regardless of the fact, right? We seen it with Canelo, right? Remember that shit with the computer all? He did a hair sample, and they gave him a little slap. You know, I think it was 6 months or something like that. And the cold part about it's not going to be, you got to think about the type of fighter it is. A 6-month suspension really ain't shit. Nigga don't fight number once a year. Some fighters fight twice a year. So 6 months, 3 to 6 months really ain't nothing. But we only can wait to see what's going to happen. But guess what? Right now, Ryan Garcia, you're a cheater. Until it's proven at the end of the day, it is what it is. Again, it doesn't change my opinion. It does not change my opinion. Before I state this, I want to say this loud and clear to my people on X. There's a link over here on YouTube. You understand me? If you want to jump in, come on over. I need to start posting it over that way. You know what? I'm gonna try to do that. But and everybody on YouTube, you know the link is at the top of the chat. So if you want to just hop on, state your opinion, or give me a different outlook on this, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't think that it helped. If it was in the system full-fledged, it didn't help him. It didn't help him. The truth is, like I said, and I like Devin, but Devin got beside himself. He said it himself at the end. He got away from the game plan. He wanted to get his cookies back. That's what it was. For people not to understand that and want to take what came out that man's mouth. I know what he's saying now, but, right, would that ESPN interview had been taking place if he didn't pop? Ask yourself that. Would he been on TV talking about I knew it had to be something? I don't think he would have. So my thing is, and then to say you don't want to get your cookies back, that bothers me. Look, man, I miss the old days of I'm trying to give y'all a fight. Miguel Cotto and Margarito too. The way they handled that. Go get your cookies back. Beat the shit out of them. Because no matter the reason people is like, oh man, people ain't just all on Ryan's the cheaters because how the fight looked. Right? It's how the fight looked. And then before they even fought, you have the people trying to justify how Devin did his past opponents. Like there's validity to when Ryan says the weight bully got bullied. You can go back to Cambosis. He told the man he was too small. He went to Lomachenko. He told the man he was too small. Rougarou, he told them they were too small. So he knew he was bigger than them. He was. You can go to Shakur Stevenson when he was like, man, Devin a big dude. He gonna rehydrate to like 147, 150. So this is why. This is why it's like half and half. Me personally, I'm with the half and half. I'm just going strictly off of what I've witnessed in that fight. I don't think neither one of them put a good performance on. I'm just being honest with you. And I'm asking people to be honest with themselves. I understand that we are fans of boxers and things like that. But if you look at the overall fight, can you actually tell me that you thought that was their best? I beg to differ. But even the ones that saying that's probably the best you're gonna get out of Devin, I beg to differ, bro. I think Devin just got stunned, and in that first round, he was like, "I want to show the world," and he went on that, and he didn't stick to the script. And then you had Ryan; he was tired the whole fight, bro. He was tired the entire fight. He had his moments, true, but go watch it. I just tell people, some people don't watch fights twice, but I implore people to go watch fights twice. It wasn't the best fight. It was just an exciting fight, but it wasn't. No, I just can't give it the praise that this scandal is giving the fight. If that makes sense, you know what I'm saying? It's like the scandal is bigger than the fight. Like it's making the fight seem like it was this hard fought fight, and Ryan had to take drugs to beat Devin. No, and it's not the shit on him. I know Devin's better than that, bro. I think he's better than that. But the facts are facts, bro. Like, I don't think Ryan was bigger than him. And again, all this, woo weighed in the night of. Eddie came out on record today again that they didn't even weigh in. They don't even know what they weighed. But I know both of them was bigger. I know we was watching middleweights. You get what I'm saying? We was watching middleweights. Chappelle, let me get my shout outs. Chappelle, what's happening? DJ, what's happening? Yolanda, what's happening? My boy DJ was here first, by the way. I'm gonna start saying that. He was first today in here, man. Shout out to y'all. But so like I said, I'm not gonna be one of them channels that's just gonna shit on one side, be on one side. It is what it is, bro. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Outside of Ryan, what's a big payday for Devin? Right? I think they should get it on again. As long as it come back showing that Ryan, you know what I'm saying, was on the up and up and it was accidental, I don't see no problem with it, bro. Just go at it again and show the world, man. The dude ain't gonna don't let no dude do you like that. Ain't no why would I give him a fight again? Fuck that. I lost and nigga, it's gonna be more lucrative. Why not? Why not? I'm not for all the sissy shit today, bro. That I'm old school, bro. Like I said, I remember Cotto getting bashed in by plaster raps from Margarito. He came back and beat that man ass. That's what you do. Put it in his face. Don't go on a tyrant talking about this and the third. Put it in his face. Show him they cheated. I remember that face off like yesterday. Put it in his face. Showed him he had plaster in his rap. Dude tried to lie and he told him, I'm gonna beat your ass. And when he got in the ring, what'd he do? He beat his ass. That's how you handle business. And I would like to see that. You know what I'm saying? I would love to see that, bro. No lie. Not just for my person. I would like to see Devin get a chance to get his cookies back, bro. That's the name of the game. But I, in this day and age, it's just weird. That's just how shit go. Like, they just think when you lose, that's it. Oh, I ain't got to do it no more. Fuck that. We running that shit back. I'm the type of person, I lose a fight, you better not be across the street from me. Every time I see you, we gonna fight, bro. I gotta win. Because I'm a winner. That's gonna bother me. I don't care if this fight take place 2 fights down the line, 3 fights down the line. I don't care. I'm telling Devin, go get his cookies back, bro. That's all I'm saying. Right? Now, I ain't gonna harp on that like that, but I will say this. I want y'all to tell me this. Now, last time I talked about this, I said, please read in between the lines. How the hell it could take up to a week to get a test back. We ain't gonna find out till Tuesday after the fight. All of this shit, remember that. I know y'all remember that. All the excuses as of why fighters cannot know the results before the fight. How you open a B sample Wednesday and get the results Thursday morning? Don't worry, I'll wait. And if anybody want to take the link and break this shit down to me, I will. Boy, I'm telling you, I want you to, because this shit don't make sense. It's the same piss, the same piss. He ain't had to. It's even more easier. Now you gotta go through. How? I ain't trying to hear that, man. How? The very next day, man, they gotta figure that out. They gotta figure that out. Man, that's all I'm saying, bro. Because if you give me any other alternatives, is that, well, they probably just tested for Ostarine. No, they both test for everything. Did the other steroid come up again? They ain't never say nothing about that. Remember, it was nitrogen. I don't know, N dash whatever fuck it was, 19, whatever that shit was. Did that come up again? Or did you just test for estrogen? That's what I'm saying, man. They look, for the safety of these fighters, bro. It needs to be. They took that test Friday morning. Guess what? Or whatever. They need to know that. They need to have that shit back ASAP. They need to have somewhere local. I don't know if they're shipping it, which is too much room for error if you're shipping it. It needs to be somewhere local that can test that, bro. And it should be off. Period. All right. The fight should have been off until they concluded this whole debacle they going through. Then the fight should proceed. I'm sorry, but y'all be some fools to think money don't play a part in this shit. I'm just being honest. But to sit here and harp on, I could have been dead, man. You need to be shitting on Vada and Wada. Vada took the sample. Wada does the testing. They need to be shitting on them. For real. They really need to be on them, for real. On their head, pause. Real talk. And I don't need pause, man. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But you know what I'm saying. Real talk. Ain't no way. That's the part that got me mad for the sport that I love. You know how many times I heard this? Oh, he popped dirty after the fact. Then how many times people have beat this? Alicia Bumgarner didn't take a hair test. Canelo took a hair test. People gonna have their side, but it's like a smear campaign, because once it's out that you cheated, you cheated. But at the end of the day, if you take a hair test, you get yourself cleared. But then you still get hemmed up though. I'm still gonna suspend you, which, hey, at the end of the day, you probably be knowledgeable. But what if the taco thing is real? And I'm saying if, because some people believe it and some people don't. With Canelo, remember? He said he was eating tacos, the beef had it in there, and they traced it. How now that's food. That's food. So let's say if that was really true, and it was proven by his hair, and it was proven by his hair, but he still got suspended for a little bit. So you just suspended a man for nothing and smeared his name. Now, if you taking supplements, you need to know what supplements you taking. Now that's different, right? If you tell me you taking supplements and you ain't called to say, hey, I'm taking XYZ, y'all heard anything bad about this brand or whatever, you have to take accountability. But all of this is all messed, man, it's trash, bruh. It's trash, bruh. You know what I'm saying? And that's my next point. That's my next point, DJ. Then how does these reporters get the results first? How come they not sending them? How come they not sending the results to New York first? Why they ain't sending the New York State Athletic Commission first? Why we get it from Dan Raphael? Why we get it from Michael, what's the other cat on Twitter for ESPN? Why we getting it from them? Like it's not, this system for is that ain't it, bro. It's terrible. It's piss poor. And for it to be highly recommended from back in the day to now, like they top tier, they don't seem top tier to me. They sound like the dude who say he got the fire and you getting in some dirt with. That's what it sound like. They doing a piss poor job, bro. It sound like they can just go to your local Quest and let them test it. Go to local Walgreens and get some tests. If this the case, but I tell you what, at least it'll be faster because this don't make no sense. It's slow before the fight, but your B sample can come back that next morning. When reports said it could take up to 2 weeks, remember, they thought it was going to take the same amount of time. They said two days to a week, but then all of a sudden Thursday morning, oh, he dirty. Makes no sense. Make it make sense, bro. Make it make sense. And you can't until they figure it out. Somebody got to figure out a whole new thing. Now, do I agree with testing? Yes. But what I think it should be automatic, should be random. Random blood and urine testing. You know what I'm saying? Random blood, urine testing. I agree with Mayweather on that. Or if you don't want to do that and you scared people can get over that, just tell every boxer from now on, we pulling her. I want a fingernail or we pulling your hair. And if you ever have anything, it's on you. Something has to change, bro. Because when somebody get hurt one day, bro, behind this, and somebody hearing about micro dosing, that shit retarded. Take a little bit here and a dash here. It's like a damn witch putting a spell on yourself, and then you still get busted is dumb. To go through all of that, instead of working on your skills, you don't deserve to be in this sport. I don't believe in cheaters in nothing. In nothing. So if you got to take something because you feel like you're losing something, I mean, you need to sharpen something else. You saw it with Mayweather. Mayweather legs and hands start leaving. He burst up on them skills. That's what you got to do, bro. Like, I'm just saying, man, this ain't just at Ryan. I'm just saying cheaters, period. But as of right now, yes, in my book, Ryan is a cheater, bro. Because the thing about his hair test is he got an independent hair test. That's not New York. He should have went to New York and said, can I take a hair test, bro? They would have said, yeah, let's do it. Boom, bye-bye. Which still probably finna happen. Still finna happen if it ain't already happened. But what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, bro, bottom line, bro, Vada, Wada, and all these cats, they not in the fighter's best interest. They may work in other sports like Olympics and other things like that because you have that time span. But I'm going to tell you, when boxing, you can't be talking about the night of or the day that morning. If you take a test Friday, because they test that man the day before and the night of. So how come the day before wasn't tested? Because if he was dirty Friday, he damn sure was dirty Thursday. And so on and so forth. So if he was dirty Friday, he was dirty Saturday. Why you out in test Friday? What the fuck you holding all this piss for? Just saying. But come to B sample, we know Thursday morning, bright and early. I look at my phone like, oh, well, damn. They said 2 days. I was waiting on today. That's why I didn't say nothing about it. I didn't care. Let everybody else have their frenzy on and speculating this, that, and third. I'm like, well, shit, it ain't going to be out till Friday. The homie texted me. I said, he ain't here. The homie texted me. And I said, man, we ain't going to know shit about probably about Friday or something like that. Or I said at the latest Monday. Come fucking Thursday, shit come out. Man, get the hell out of here, bro. So that's what everybody need to be on, bro. Everybody want to shit on Ryan. Everybody want to shit on Devin. Man, y'all need to be shitting on Vada and Wada. Because Vada and Wada got us out here talking a bunch of nonsense about a fight that wasn't that great and making it seem like it was the toughest shit out there. And it's working for both of them because it's building both of their names up to the point, like I said, they need to just get back in the ring and do it again. That's me. Get in there, do it again, be men, fuck the whining, fuck the crying. Let me show you I can beat your ass. Let's not act like Devin ain't no big boy. Let's not act like Devin can't go fight him at a catch weight. Let's not act like Devin can't even make 147, bro. Y'all saw Devin in that ring. It's a proven fact the man was 25 pounds heavier than Rougarou. And that's another thing. Quit saying this man Devin cheated Rougarou. And he ain't cheat Rougarou. They still voting on trying to pass the weight thing to 18% over your weigh-in weight. Shit, they trying to, 15% can't go up 15% of your body weight weigh-in. They still voting on that. That's what I'm saying. People just be making up shit, bro. Like, I hear stuff, go do your own goddamn research. Y'all do know we allowed to read now, right? Everybody's allowed to read. Ain't no goddamn excuse. Take y'all. It's you got Google now. You ain't even got. I come from the what is it? What was it called? The Dewey Decimal System. I had to go to the damn library. Now it's you got it at home. You can have abundance of screens like I got right here. I got 5 screens right in front of me. I can pull up every article and put them everywhere and compare notes. There is no excuse for people to be just throwing anything out there, bro. But I will say this though, you can't tell a man that he was cheating by 3 pounds, and you know you coming in big, and you also know these guys small you. So you can't. That's the kettle calling the pot black. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? You can't. You just can't. You can't. Like I said, you can't have both ways, man. You just can't. But right now, Ryan's a cheater. It is what it is. But like I said, I knew that. He said it in a press conference. And what was that over there in Saudi Arabia or something? The interview was, I believe, when he was like, "Well, it came out of his own mouth. If the A sample was dirty, the B sample gonna show the same thing. But I'm innocent because I didn't on purposely do it. So it is not like why people, oh, if the B sample, come on, bro. Man, I already told you, bro. Straight up. Then he played games with everybody. Everybody disregarded the interview, but then he played games with you because he knew y'all disregarded the interview by saying, well, if I pop dirty, I'll just start my own boxing league. And y'all ran with that because the man got smart. Negativity always pushed forward. So because he got smart with y'all asses, oh, he telling us he dirty because he's saying, fuck that. Dude, at the end of the goddamn day, guess what? He had said it plain English, bro. Straight up. DJ, what's happening, baby?
How are you, Slick? It's been a little while. Look, I'm not coming up for a while. I thought I'd come and say good day, but this has been giving you a rash on your butt for ages now.
Yeah, man.
Look, and I'm not here to debate anything you're saying. I agree in principle, but there's a couple of things that I don't understand, but comparatively,
Mm,
I guess I've been made aware of because here in Australia, particularly with swimming, because Australia's got and United States
mm,
very strong swimming teams that go to world championships and Olympics and all those sorts of things. And I don't know if it's on your radar. There's um, Chinese athletes that were known to have returned positive test results before one of the major competitions. More recently, there's been the transgender discussions, and then that has sort of taken a left field divert over into the different hormones and drugs they use to manage those some of that. So what what I think is a fair assumption, and I think it's pretty well documented, is that performance enhancing drugs are created faster than the ability to test for them. And if you talk about same things like illicit drugs, right? There's illicit drugs on the market that just arrived and started overtaken before society and hospitals and all those sorts of things were aware on how to treat them and deal with them. My understanding is that some drugs, performance enhancing drugs, are being used, rightly or wrongly, by athletes, and it's only after the fact that they improve testing can they pick them up. But what I'm probably more keen to understand from you is if we take, let's talk about the principle of drugs and cheating and those sorts of things. So let's take
mm,
Ryan and Devon out of it for the minute, their names, right?
mm, mm,
You have connections or CO, RC, or someone's got connections that might be able to do next time they're in around the right people or the gyms or what have you. Who who do those test results get returned to? Because listening to you, I'm going, well, imagine if I'm Vada or Wada, whoever the testing body is, right? Because I don't believe that there's one or two testing laboratories that they all go to. I believe that there's certified laboratories that can test on
right,
behalf of them, right?
right,
So that you can cover, something as big as the United States, you would need multiple testing institutions that are certified to do it, right?
right.
So if If DJ at Vada's done the test today and has got the results, negative or positive, who do I return those results to? Do they go to the sanctioning
They're
body? Do they
supposed
go?
to go to the people who got a sanction about. So that would be your state, right? It should be returning them. Then they're supposed to report it back to the promotion. Like for instance, like when Conor Ben and Chris Eubank Jr. was in the fight, right? They got tested, and they immediately, once the test got back to that state, they went to the promotion. Was like, this is canceled, and they canceled it mid their promo. They was about to do their press conference, and they canceled it mid press conference before the fight. This is why I'm saying I know it can happen. You get what I'm saying? They canceled it before the fight. The fight was going to take place 2 days prior. I mean, 2 days later.
Yeah, but we see different commissions and states act a little bit differently in
Right,
same
right.
and similar scenarios, right? So
Mm-hmm.
we can we can rightly or wrongly assume a couple of things. So because the testing was done so close to the fight, that there was so much money invested and spent already in the promotion, in the setup of the venue, the ticket sales, and all of that money that was already invested, right? So we
Mm-hmm.
can assume that it was too far down the track to pull off for such a big fight. Because I would imagine that if it was just a couple of prospects fighting out the middle of nowhere and one of them returned a result, the loss of money is insignificant in some respects,
Right.
right? So, is it the failure and the timing of the testing that puts them in that position that everyone's invested way too much money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or is the amount of money influencing whether each state or commission how they want to act in instances
I
where a
think it's
positive.
both. It's politics. I think it's a bit of both because once you got area, say you got a sellout crowd, so you know how much money is coming in. Then they project how many pay-per-views may be bought. So on that aspect, they're like, man, we don't want to lose this. Then you got to worry about the state of the tourism and all the taxes they finna make off all this. You get what I'm saying? It's a lot of politics that go into it, but at the end of the day, that's why I brung up that he had been getting. They said they tested. I'm bring Ryan back into it real quick. They tested Ryan Friday, right, and the night before. Where was Friday? What was you doing with Friday sample? You understand what I'm saying? Why? What was that? But see, that's why I was saying, don't be a fool and think money don't play a part in this.
No, but I can't always, without that proof, I can't always assume too that that test result sample wasn't mailed or hand delivered to a front desk staff and sat on someone's desk or
Right.
in someone's office while they were so busy leading into that fight, and they actually haven't had a chance to open it up and read it until after the fact. However unlikely that might be, something as simple as that could well be, and they're not going to explain themselves, and that's half the problem. My thinking about this since you first brought it up weeks ago, I thought, well, really the only way to deter it is to financially punish the promoter and or the trainer, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because they're really the only ones that have any influence over their boxing stable as to say, well, look, we'll bring you on, but if we get fined a percentage of the invested amount, taxes, venues, tickets, all those sorts of things, we're not going to wear that cost, and that's going to come out of your personal bank account, and we're cutting you free. So for me, that would be a level of incentive to say, well, look, let's just not put it on the individual and try and deal with it after the fact. Everyone involved that's got a financial interest is going to be held equally or partially accountable for drug use if they're genuinely interested in cleaning up the sport. The
Mm-hmm.
reality is I don't think that boxing's got a huge, well, call me naive, it doesn't seem that boxing has a repeatable drug issue. They're what? Kind of Ben, Dillian White. Look, it's happened a few times, no doubt, but
Alicia Baumgardner.
Yeah, but percentage-wise, it's still very low compared to the amount of
Well,
boxing that.
as a broad scale, but you got to remember all of these guys you just named is within the last 2 years. Even Hannah Gabriel's. That's you get what I'm saying. That's a lot
Yeah,
within 2 years, and these are
yeah.
prominent names in the game. These ain't just guys we just don't know. You get what I'm saying?
But are the purses driving the wrong behaviours? The
I
sheer amount of money that is in that a boxer can earn, win or lose, right? Particularly if they win, the financial reward is so great that no different to an athlete going to world championships, the NFL, wherever, these professional athletes, if the financial incentive encourages them to cut corners and cheat for financial
mm-hmm,
gain or fame,
mm-hmm,
you need to put deterrence in there. So this is what I'm saying, that if the financial gain is causing some of these things, like Ryan may or may not have known that he was going to get millions and millions and millions of dollars regardless, right? If all of a
mm-hmm,
sudden he's signing contracts with governing bodies and sanctioning bodies to say, in the event that you are proven to be positive to performance enhancing drugs, the fine will be a percentage of your bag, promotion, ticket sales, whatever it is. And that might be enough deterrent.
mm-hmm. My thing is the money problem in boxing will never go nowhere. But the one thing that I see, the common denominator, how some fighters are getting out of trouble, is because they're coming forth. Like I brought Canelo with the hair sample, right? I feel like the hell with the piss. Then just pull hair. That way, ain't because when you pull hair, it goes back years. You get what I'm saying?
And
So if you're gonna be a cheat, then you're not gonna get away with it. Plus, if a fighter knows that, and this can affect your livelihood, you can't get away from it. I think you will not find nobody doing so. You get what
yeah,
I'm
look,
saying?
yeah, but I would jump to a conclusion that says that anyone who decides to cheat actually don't really care about getting caught. They don't want to, but they've already made grace and gone to sleep at night going, well, there's every chance. I know I'm doing the wrong thing. There's every chance I could get caught. So it's really about the turn. I guess with boxers having 2 year layoffs, though, and they decide to take some recreational drugs
Yeah.
during that period that are on the banned list, if they start to turn up in the hair samples as well, how do they
Mm-hmm.
determine whether it had any influence? If they took it knowingly 12 months ago and they're fighting today, I would suggest that unless it's been prolific
Well,
use.
the thing is, it's not just that it's in your system with your hair. They could test it, like they could see the levels of what's in your hair. You get what I'm saying? If you're a weed smoker, your hair gonna test mostly from weed. You can smoke weed and crack. If they pulled your hair and you mostly smoked weed, they could tell you that you mostly smoke weed and you do crack every blue moon. So
Okay.
it's not like, oh, it's just this is in your system. That's why he went and did the hair follicle test, because it's proven that it's so low that it had to be, it was accidental ingestion, because they know the quantities and quantifiers that oxygen come in. If he was taking the pills or microdosing, this is the level it should be at then. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
So,
that was the
oh,
case with Canelo. Canelo said he was in Mexico, he was eating some tacos. That's the only thing that he ate out the norm because he hadn't been there in a while, right? So he asked him, could he do a hair test? They did the hair test. It was so low, they was like, okay, where'd you get the tacos from? They went there and they actually traced it back, where the meat came from and stuff. Come to find out, they using steroids. You know how they be using steroids on cows, and it was in the meat. You see what I'm saying? Now in
so,
that, go ahead.
no, no, keep going. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh no. So in that case, that's why I burned that up, because that if that's actually true, the story is true, then that's technically not his fault. You see what I'm saying? But the
But
news always come out before they're 100% sure of how. it happened. You get what I mean?
But I think the focus the focus might be in the wrong areas, right? So if we just look at it from a process perspective rather than an individual scenario like a taco or what you took 12 months ago or the
Mm-hmm.
level that's in your hair, one of the reasons, well, I assume
Mm-hmm.
the one of the reasons for having drug policies, period, in any sport is A, so that it's fair and safe, right?
Right.
So
Right.
no one person gets an advantage over another. And when it comes to combat sports, whether it's boxing, UFC, kickboxing, what have you, that nobody's put in further danger than is unnecessary. All right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So it then becomes less about how they test and who tests. It becomes then more about when that testing is done well prior to the fight to call it off and people can save money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's a week before, 2 weeks before, whatever it is. I know some sports are doing it daily leading up to huge events, like swimmers and runners and those sorts of things that'll go to the Olympics in a couple of months. Um, but until such time that, to your point, money doesn't influence how they manage it, and there's not a turkey a la chic at the moment that just says, look, these rules will be enforced worldwide, statewide, what have you.
Right.
Um, the focus just needs to be, I think, a greater deterrent. So you might have invested, I don't know, $100 million for an event like a Haney and a Ryan, but out of that $100 million, you're now going to be fined 5, 10, 15% of it, right? So that the penalties for such a bigger investment match, you know, the crime,
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
punishment. And I think then that between our promoters and managers, I think that they would be having a hard word, and they wouldn't want anything to do for their business and their bank account. They wouldn't want to have anything to do with boxers that cheat, particularly if they get caught.
Yeah.
Financially, it's just not worth the risk. And I think that that's the only thing that's going to hold people accountable. If the money is forcing poor decisions, then use money and fines to rein that back in to prevent it from continuing to happen.
That too. And I think that they also should be, if that's the case, like boxers, if this is gonna go a full fledged route, then boxers should get tested on a regular once a month or whatever it may be, even if they're not fighting. You know what I'm saying? Because and especially making tens of millions of dollars. You know what I mean? Like, and then you want to keep it a fair playing field because, and also wherever you're fighting at, they need to have their own facility. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's
So,
test. That's doing the testing.
well, the problem becomes is that if it doesn't have a large enough controlling certified entity over it, that testing becomes very loose in different states. No different to the rules, right? What you
Mm,
find is you go to a doctor that's prepared to turn a blind eye for a sample and get Slick to pee in a bottle instead of DJ, right?
yeah,
Because
yeah, yeah.
so you don't want to start questioning that because you're losing your span of control over who does the testing and who certifies it. I'm not sure that that's really where I'm at in my own opinion with all of
Well,
this.
I'm saying I'm not saying. What I'm saying is like, if I'm New York, say New York needs to be Vada certified. You get what I'm saying? And it needs to be a place that Vada can test and handle what needs to be done. So say if the central places for Vada is in Arkansas in the states, but the fight is happening in New York, they should be able to send their certified technicians out and they have a
I,
facility there where it can be tested. You understand what I'm saying?
I believe they probably do. Probably just what you won't have, right, on your mobile phone is an address that says Vada, New York. you'll have a testing institution that is just accredited and certified by Vada to test on their behalf. So I'm sure that that actually exists, but I don't think that that does away from the influence of money. That's my whole point. It wouldn't matter whether you had it next door to the venue that they're boxing, or you had 10 in New York, or you had one in New York. I don't think that that matters with what is worrying you about how this gets handled. If you take the time frame out of it, it seems to me that you're more pissed off with the actual how it's handled when it is positive, right?
Right.
And the health of the boxers.
Right.
So that should be the focus, how it's
Yeah.
handled,
Yeah.
rather than who does it or who can
Well,
do it.
the reason I bring up handling is because 1 minute they say, oh, it could take 2 days to a week to get results, and then all of a sudden it takes 1 day. That's what I meant by the handling part. Like, it has to be some accountability on their part too, where they know they have a deadline to get this done. You know what I'm saying? Because it's looking like, oh, for this fight, it ain't that serious. I can get it done this day, or this fight, oh, it ain't that serious. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
because,
and
like,
look,
think about it, all the pressure's on Ryan. Ryan's the big news now. Popped the B sample Thursday morning. We found out he was dirty.
well, it makes you wonder what actually happens when you look at what happened earlier this year when Keith Thurman pulled out, and in the end, everyone else continued to have a fight, but Brian Mendoza got called up at real short notice, right?
Right, right.
So how quickly can they turn his test results around, considering he wasn't even planning to fight? Officially, he was just a reserve. So, look, I agree with you, and I've sort of got to hop out and get on with a couple of other things. I come in to say good day, but I just know that this has just been burning your butt for a little while,
Yeah, bro.
and it's it's something I don't think that you or I, unfortunately, can probably influence. But whilst ever
Yeah.
it's getting talked about, I suppose that someone comes along and sort of says, "Well, look, even the public aren't really happy with this." I mean, boxing. Don't even get me started on the whole Errol Spence and Fondora fight.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's coming up next. We're gonna talk about that next, bro.
yeah. Well, I'll try and come back for that because that's burning my piss as well. But
Yeah.
all right. Look, good luck with your life, and hopefully, I've got enough time shortly to drop back in and see where you're
Right
up
on.
to.
Right on, DJ. Appreciate you hopping on the show.
Thanks, Lick.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all, man. Y'all like DJ, if y'all want to hop in, you got something to say about this before we move on, feel free to hit that link. I'm going to take time again. Make sure y'all hitting that like button, bro. All right. And hitting that subscribe button for sure. You understand me? I don't even know where my, hold up. Whatever. Yeah, you see it right here. I forgot I even had it. But look, on everything, man, everything DJ saying is correct. Follow the money. It's got to be some way, somehow. And us talking about it, I am a small platform. I know y'all gonna help your boy grow. You know what I'm saying? But at some point, if more people talk about it, they listen. It's that simple. If it's a fight that they don't think gonna sell because the people don't want it, they don't put it on, do they? So, you know what I'm saying? All you can do is put it out there in the universe and hope it catch fire, and they actually listen. You know what I mean? Straight up. And that's what I do, man. I'm going to speak the stuff that's on my mind over here. And that bothers me. Like I said, I love this sport. You know what I'm saying? But to make it seem like it's just okay because it can come late or it can come early or it can come this. And then all this false news be put out because out the gate it's false news because the whole story's not out. Still ain't never seen nothing official from Vada or Wada. Still coming from reporters. It's not coming from New York State Athletic Commission. It's not coming from a promoter. It's not coming from a trainer. So you know what I'm saying? We need something more official and in a way. I think like in this case, in all cases, until you know the actual true story, if what Ryan is saying is true or not, and y'all about to go through all these litigations, you shouldn't even it shouldn't even came out. Simple and plain. It shouldn't have came out. You know what I mean? For instance, Amir Khan tested positive for estrogen when he fought Kell Brook. Nobody knew till after the fight, until they were done fully testing, and they suspended his ass for 2 years, even though he planned on retiring. But it's still the point though. Like they want to make sure, and the way they handled it over there, that's how they did it. But it still was bogus because I think they should have known before the fight. But Forrest keeping it under wraps until they knew what was really going on, I think they did that part right. But as soon as that shit hit, they should have been like, "Up, we got to cancel the fight for what? For unseen reasons," and then the shit come out. You know what I'm saying? Let us speculate on why the fight's not going on, but then don't just throw shit out there. That's my thing too. That's all terrible. Let me get to some of these comments, man. All right, let's go. Where we at up in this thing? E-Dub up here. What's good, bro? B jumped up in this thing. He said, they knew what the fuck they did they fight? What you say? If they knew what the fuck you say would they fought? I don't know. Whatchamacall didn't. We knew they stopped kind of being an old boy, so I don't know. And it's all types of controversy around that, but you see kind of being dirty. Kind of being, I think he on a 2-year ban. He can't fight in the UK for 2 years. That's why he tried to fight in Florida over here and got cleared through the WBC. So I don't know. I hope that answers your question. Al Money, what's going on? I don't know if they say Al Money or AI Money, man. What's good? Yeah, like you said, man. Let's go ahead and let's talk about Errol Spence Fundora. Somebody trying to mess up the church's money, bro. Al is not trying to let. I ain't gonna blame Al, but I'm just gonna say it like this, bro. But I don't know if he gonna get undisputed 154, bro. I don't. Unless Errol do what he say. Errol say this might be his last fight. Errol say he might retire at this Fundora fight. I'm gonna tell y'all what I think real quick. This is what I think. 100%, bro. Mr. 28-1, 22 KOs. They are. Some people say they're still negotiating. Some sources say that they are in agreement to just trying to find a venue. The venue, of course, they want the Dallas Cowboys Stadium, but in October, they try to make it fit in or whatnot, right? And I don't know if people got faith in Errol like that to beat Fundora. Me personally, I don't know either. I'm not gonna say I don't have faith in him beat him. I think he could beat Fundora, but I also think Fundora could mess around and beat Errol. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. Fundora, what, 6'5.5"? Errol gonna be coming off a 15-month layoff by that point. Eye surgery. That's gonna be a hard fight, and I think that's why he tweeted. I mean, that's why he put on. Well, I think he tweeted and put on Instagram. It might be his last fight, but I also think it's based off of if he beats Fundora. If he beats Fundora, he may keep campaigning. If he takes a hell of a beating from Fundora, he might just say fuck it. Now, this ain't gonna be no big fight for Errol. I don't think this is gonna be a huge fight for Errol. I really don't. And I think the only other huge fight out there is Terrence. I don't see no other, unless he's gonna go fight Ryan Garcia. But what other big fights is out there for Errol? Errol don't take tune-ups, as he say. Fundora ain't no tune-up. He's a champion. You right? He gonna go after Fundora. Fundora gonna drop the belt, one of them belts. I say if Errol beats Fundora, he needs to fight Terrence. But we gonna see. And I don't think that's gonna happen. I think Terrence can get all three of the other belts. And I don't think that fight will ever happen. And I do, as a boxing fan, don't want Errol to retire. I know a lot of y'all like, man, he's done. He's broken. I don't know. It's just something intriguing about this. Now I want to see it. Fundora, Errol Spence at the end of the day. And I want to see if he still got it. He don't, I mean, that's Boy, I'm telling you, that's a hell of a feat for anybody. Fundora. That's some reach you gotta go through. That's a problem. Terrence said it best. That dude's a cheat code, bro. I mean, that'd be a hell of a feat for Terrence. It's not like that's a hell of a feat for anybody, bro. Anybody. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know, bro. I don't know. And like I said, we saw him get in the ring. Y'all saw the thumbnail. So I guess it's about to come true. October is what they're going for. And I think it'd be a perfect lineup, but I just hate that Fundora really. I know Fundora said he wanted Terrence. I think Louis the Coopers and Sam they want Fundora to fight Errol, bro. They try and get him the belt and let him hold on to it as long as he can. You know what I'm saying? But if he retires, shit, it'll be back up for grabs. I want to see it, but if it's gonna come to a penalty, then man, like it's like for what then? You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna hold something hostage, but this is all speculation. This is all a if. But if Earl gets that belt and hold it and don't want to fight Terrence because he showed didn't want to fight Terrence again before, right? It wasn't Terrence. We not gonna fight. He didn't want to get his cookies back at 147, so now Terrence is at 154. Hopefully we can get the rematch. I know a lot of people, I can hear y'all, even though I can't hear y'all, but I can hear y'all. Hell no. Hell no. I can hear it. I can hear all my Earl sexuals. Nope, 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 nope. I can hear it, bro. So I don't know, man. Y'all tell me in the comments. What do y'all think? Do you think if he beats Fundora, he keeps going? Even if he lose, do you think he keeps going? Despite what he put on Instagram and in his tweet saying that he may retire. That's some crazy, like, that's like telling people right now or almost having a built-in excuse if you lose, you was going to retire anyways. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. Is your heart there? Like, that's crazy. That you going to get in the ring and your heart not even in it. You just looking for that retirement check, or you going to go in trying to win? Right? I don't know, bro. I don't know. But as more unfolds, man, as close as we get, we're gonna talk about this. We're gonna talk about this. And I know a lot of people gonna be like, Earl finna beat Fundora ass. Last time I seen Earl looked it big, bro, for 154. So he got to get in shape. 15-month layoff, eye surgery. You feel deal with a dude with this long ass reach, 6'5.5", bro. I think Earl like 5'9", somewhere around there, 5'10" max. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. You know what I'm saying? And that's a fact. That is a fact. And for the last story, well, yeah. For the last story, I gotta talk to all my sanctioning bodies, WBC, IBF, particularly, WO, IBO, WA, all y'all. What is the problem nowadays? First now, let me say this. Now I'm starting to understand why Tank don't represent his belt. I'm starting to understand why Ryan said he doesn't care about belts. And y'all know I believe in the belts. Like, what are you fighting for? How do you signify that you are the best? You could be the most popular all you want, right? And we're seeing that. It's always been a popular fighter, right? And but that doesn't mean you're the best fighter, right? This is 100%. You seen it with Terrence. He wasn't the most popular, but he's the best, right? Some will put him synonymous with Marvin Hagler, right? He wasn't the most popular, but he was the best, right? Poster boy damn near, both of them. No scandals, no none of that. clean cut, stay in the gym, getting guys up out of there, but they was not the most popular, so they weren't the most lucrative, right? But now it's getting to the point where you got two-time undisputed champ Usyk. He's finna put in, I think, an appeal or whatever it is for them not to strip him. And there's no reason to strip him. Soon as he wins, you tell this man, we're going to strip you the belt. For what reason? Because you want to put it up against another fight. I forgot who the fight is, but it's an upcoming fight, and they wanted to go there. For what? The man, and as a sanctioning body, the IBF needs to understand that it's an automatic rematch clause. It was the same thing with Terrence. Like, how does this work? How does this work? Like, what, you want some insurance that the fight gonna happen? You should already know that. You part of the contract. You getting your money. There's sanctioning fees. So what reason is there to strip Usyk of this belt? Now, people will say, oh, you're a Usyk fan. No, I'd be saying this if it was Tyson Fury. What reason is it to strip the belt and take the opportunity away from Tyson Fury? See, y'all thought I was going to say Usyk. It's not about Usyk. I like to see people get their second chance. And in this case, Tyson Fury has a second chance to succeed in his dream. And that's to become undisputed. He beats Usyk, he's undisputed. You take that belt away, it's like, for what? Tyson ain't really got to do the fight, man. I'll just retire. We all know how Tyson is. Tyson say, man, the hell with this sport. Go home. Right? So why mess a mega fight like that up? They got your name reign part of it. The IBF reigning with it for this other fight. I used to defend the belts like, what are you doing it for? What do you mean you don't want to fight for belts? I used to think that was a way of, you just don't want to fight no champions. You just want to get the money, look good, sell tickets, and it is what it is. But now seeing all this dumb shit, what's the use of me wearing the belt when if I don't even do anything wrong? Right? I mean, because you can't say it's for Usyk's mandatory because technically Tyson is his mandatory. He's number one. You know what I'm saying? He's number one. DJ, you're right. You're absolutely. That's why I said they did to Bud. And right, and Opetire. So they haven't gave a reason other than they want somebody else to fight for the belt. Like I said, you can't say it's a mandatory because I always say that, man, you got to fight some mandatories. You know what I'm saying? Unless you got that WGC belt where you could dodge motherfuckers. But other than that, man, fight a mandatory, fight a big guy. Fight a mandatory, fight a big fight. I'm not a problem with that. I don't have no problem with that. Right? Even if you want to fight two mandatories and fight a big fight, I don't have a problem with that. But at the end of the day, if I've done nothing wrong, I'm already slated to fight my mandatory, and it's a big lucrative fight. Why? Why? And you give no reason, and you leave everybody's minds of speculation. I done heard that they don't want it on him because the whole, thing going on in this country. I don't want to put it out there because YouTube don't like politics, but yeah, y'all know what I'm talking about. And people just picking stuff out their brain and running with it, and it ain't right. And the reason I'm saying it ain't right because we don't know the real reason. For the IBF to do that, they did wrong, and they're gonna kill their belt. And if the IBF gonna play like that, this is my proposal. Give validity to the IBO. Leave them alone. See that nobody show the IBO no love, right? Nobody does. If you win the IBO, you're a champion. You see what I'm saying? But the IBO don't get no love. But guess what then? Put the IBF on the back burner and include the IBO, and you got 4 belts, you undisputed then. How about that? I bet you the IBO won't have no problem. You put that belt on Usyk. I bet you they won't have no problem going on Tyson Fury. I bet you they don't. So that it's at all time. Like right now, like I said, they used to do it behind the scenes, and we used to have to read and be like, "What the hell? He got stripped." Blah, blah. Now they just doing it in front of your face and not giving reasonings and asking you to love the sport. They want you to love what you see, but not love the sport entirety. And I'm sorry, politics is part of the sport, just like any other sport. If you watch basketball and you're a diehard basketball fan, you're gonna know where they went to college, who drafted them, who's his agent. You're gonna know all that shit. I know a guy right now, bro. I can call right now and ask about football. And if it's a football player, and I want to know where he went to college, who his daddy is, what was his stats in college, what was his freshman year, what was his best year in fucking college, I bet you he can tell me because he's a die-hard football fan. He can tell me, bro, without a doubt. Rules and all. You understand? So for boxing to want to pretend like we don't see what's going on and think they don't have to offer no explanation, they're dead wrong, because the fans is who drive this sport, bro. You got all the boxing matches you want, but you ain't filling those seats. You ain't gonna get your percentage, sanctioning bodies. It don't make no sense. DJ, yep, IBO is more of a national belt rather than international. But guess what? They just don't show it no love, and it's a champion. It went from 3 belts. I remember the IBF. Nobody cared about the IBF. Nobody cared. They just wanted to make it tougher, so they wanted to make undisputed 4 belts. You used to be undisputed with 3 belts. Now it's 4 belts. You know, the IBF. I don't know if it was a bidding war. I don't know how that shit worked. But I'm gonna tell you this: if the IBF could squeeze their way up in there, the IBO can. And at the end of the day, and it takes the boxers to represent that belt, hold that belt high. You see what I'm saying? Mauricio makes sure he in the ring when his belt get won, and add validity to it, like it's the number 1 belt. So if I right, it's exact, and like you said, the IBF didn't do nothing to Charlo. All this is gonna do is start, and these are stars, bro. These are people. The people they messing with are the ones that are actually like putting hard earn. Like, look what Usyk did, bro. From cruiserweight to heavyweight. Look what Bud did, right? And they got messed with right after. For what reason? None whatsoever. Then you go on, and then like you say, you look at Mel Charlo, and IBF never did nothing to him. Nothing to him for the longest. All this is gonna do is push boxers away from the belts. It's just gonna make, like, first of all, I gotta pay you for this every time I represent it. I have to pay you. It can't just be an accomplishment. It's an accomplishment that's costing me money. And then on top of that, I'm paying for it, and then you get to take it from me. So like I said, to the IBF, you are doing nothing but adding validity to what Tank and Ryan and a couple other boxers are saying, that they don't care about the belts. It's not about legacy no more. It's about them dollars, because the sanctioning bodies do whatever they want, move and position people, and they doing it right in front of our face, and we know it ain't right. We just accept it. But then they look at us like we not supposed to be paying no attention whatsoever to the politics that's being played in boxing. Not this sport. We just supposed to watch. We not supposed to know what's next up. We not supposed to know how they moving. We not supposed to know what the silver belt is, interims, and we not supposed to know that. We not supposed to pay attention to all that. That's why they just say champion, because not many you say that stuff. Interim champion, blah, blah, blah. Now they just be like champion and let them carry these belts in, and people confused. So it's I don't know. I don't know. I'm just being real honest, man. At the end of the day, the sanction bodies need to apply pressure where it needs to be applied. What I mean is the IBF tripping, WBC, WBA, WO. Y'all need to holler at IBF and say you tripping. Because what's gonna happen is it's gonna turn around and make other boxers not want none of the belts. Not just the IBF. One can't be wrong. One cannot be wrong. But if I was the boxers and this is happening like this, once somebody become undisputed, they just yank a belt away. Then guess what we gonna do? Make the other belt popular. Make it more popular. That's what I would do. I would go for it. Like I said, if I was a boxing man and like I wanted and was on the straight and narrow, goddamn me, I would go for all five anywhere. I wouldn't give a damn. I want them all. You definitely can't say nothing to me. I'm greedy, but at the end of the day, you know, you just gotta get it right. You gotta get it right because I'm trying to stay nice and not curse because you know my people of the show don't like me cursing so much, but I'm trying my best here. That's why I keep pausing. But at the end of the day, you did wrong. Leave Usyk alone. You should not have to put no paperwork in and ask y'all to not take that belt away. And it ain't about Usyk for me. He's already made undisputed. Give Tyson Fury his chance, all right, in October to get his cookies back. Not just the WBC. Let him have his shot at being undisputed. That's what it's about. And if that let legacy live, bro. You killing it. First it was the young boxers killing it. Now you joining in. That ain't where it's at. That ain't where it's at, bro. That's all I got on that topic, man. That's all I got on that topic. Yeah, DJ, you right. Before I get off of the WBA, a little inconsistent as well. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. They need to apply pressure on each other, and if they want to keep making money, because if the Sheik have his way, he already creating his own belts. See, he got that undisputed belt. Like, go on and take them belts. We don't care. And you saw the Turk tweet. He getting mad. They did it with Canelo. They did it with another fight. You know, whatever. Somebody got stripped. Now they strip him. He like, why they keep on doing this? This ain't it right here. And then they blocking him. He trying to make fights, and now they putting all of a sudden now you want to slap a mandatory on Canelo when Canelo could do what he want. Telling you, it's a lot of hatred in these boxing streets, but they gotta get it right. And I think all of them are a little inconsistent. You know what I'm saying? You said Turkey got to watch for you slick, and Turkey need to throw me a contract. Goddamn me, but nah, man, on everything, man. I think they hating on Turkey. Turkey putting these big fights on, bro. He finna cross over in August, and this is gonna be a huge fight. It's at BMO Stadium, which is a big ass soccer stadium in LA. They're gonna fill that thing up, and he gonna shine. And I don't think a lot of people gonna like it, but he got a hell of a card. That card is hell of a card. Like I say, Virgil Tim Zoo. Yes, they are about to get a huge payday, bro. They're not getting peanuts for this fight. You know what I'm saying? It's an all-inclusive fight. You got somebody from every promotion company on this card. And then on top of that, you know, the rumor is if Deontay Wilder come out of this fight unscathed, win or lose, he'll be fighting Jerry Big Baby, the real Jerry Big Baby Anderson. They'll be added to this. So Deontay will be coming right back around, back to back. That's going to make this fight even more crazier. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you imagine? Y'all know how I be doing the fights and sitting some cards, some of the undercards I don't be on here for. I come on with maybe, you know, the main card or sometime on here for the prelims. But this one, my boy pointed out, bruh, every fight on this card you don't want to miss. And I'm not promoting. Turkey ain't paying me no money, but you can if you want. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, swear, you're not going to want to miss one fight on that August 3rd card. You not. You can't. It's too stacked. It's going to be action the whole way through. Nobody else doing it like that. Nobody. Nah, and I don't know if it's taking effect, but we're going to see if we can keep this going over in America. And I hope he could really get that Canelo and Bud big old fight over in the States. But we're going to see now they slapped on this mandatory. We was hearing Canelo, Edgar Berlanga fight. Now some guy we don't know. So, you know what I mean? I don't know. You said also think Bud will be okay attempting undisputed. I think both Errol and Mel Charlo passed the best and get beat while trying to block Bud. We'll see. We'll see. Like I say, Errol talking about retiring, so I don't know. I don't know. But we'll definitely see. And before I get up out of here, y'all, I do want to take time. I had a video and somebody hit me on it, and I told them I was going to clarify this. I put a video out, it said Clarissa Shields wants to be included and wants fairness, I guess, amongst men and women in boxing, right? And I thought I said this, but I'm gonna say it again. Make no mistake, Clarissa Shields changed the game for women's boxing. She is the number one women's boxer to me. But the part where I put stats out, and I thought I made it clear in there too, was you can't want some of what men go through and not all of it. If you want to be equal, you want equality. And I made the comparison of men can't be great in this sport. You know why? Because men won't let men be great in this sport, right? And it's because men nitpick in this sport. Who did Bud beat to get the belts? Well, this guy went to da-da-da-da-da. You know how it is, right? Errol beat champion. Bud got the butts all one fell swoop. Who did Devin beat? Devin got the belts all one fell swoop. He only beat Cambosis. Da-da-da-da-da. Then you go here. You understand what I'm saying? That's the shit men hear, right? You don't hear that when it comes to women undisputed. But when you mess with a boxing purist as myself, I could break them stats down. And I broke the stats down not to shame her at all. But if it was equality and men was really digging down in the stats of women boxers, that's what you would get. And my thing is, would they be able to handle that? Right? If somebody was to compare, because she brought Katie Taylor, Amanda up, right? And try to play the race card. But if say take the race card out and put the stats up there, she said it as if it was like stats, then they might be right. That's all I'm saying. So if you want equality, you got to be able to accept the good and the bad that's going to come with it. It's a lot of ridicule on the side of men when it comes to boxing. Men boxers ridicule other boxers. You ask Tank about somebody, he gonna say, but who he fought? Who is he? Who did he fight? Oh, he ain't beat nobody. He ain't. It's gonna always be something. Even though it's just saying he's great boxer. Men don't let great boxers be great, from boxers down to the fans. On the other side, women, like I said, women don't get broken down like that. Not even on the sports shows. And all I did was break down her career. She came in super middleweight. She was heavy. She fought for 3 vacant belts and got a belt. She went down, lost weight. So she still was the bigger person. Fought for vacant belts, got a belt. And went down again. But then you got other fights like Sanicia, Amanda. And you see how they went on their run. And you got Amanda went up in weight to get these belts. Who would you say had a better run? But see, I don't look at it like that, because if you're good and you're great, you just great. Men even go as far as saying who fought the most champions. They don't do that over there. So that's all I was saying. You want equality, you gotta be ready for what comes with it. Because people like me and others will have all facts and you'll be sitting there like you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. And like I say, ain't no slight. To me, she is the best in women's boxing. Right? She was the hunter. Now she's the hunted. She's the prey. They everybody want her. And you got to be able to embrace that hate that come along with that. And that's all I was saying for everybody who thought like, oh man, nah, man, you hating on her. And I'm not hating on her. I'm just being 100%. That's just in life. It's not just boxing. I don't want to see a woman in the ring with no man. That's why I had Ben did a story on Patricio Manuel. When I saw that, I was like, are they crazy? And you see, they scrapped her fight when she got knocked out, or him, transgender man. And I didn't mean that to sound like I was being funny. I wasn't. I just don't know how to word that. But in all, it was a transgender man in the ring with a man, and that man knocked her out within 20 seconds. Don't nobody want to see that. And that aspect can't be fair. It can't. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying, man. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comments, though. So I just want to clear that because I don't think I became too harsh. If y'all want to see the video's still up. I'm not taking it down. If you want to disagree with it or say what you want to say in the comments on it, please do. I'm always in the comments, but yeah, I hate that people thought I was trying to slander her when I've always praised her. Like I said, I done followed her whole entire career. So no, it's never that. And you'll never catch me slandering nobody. I might talk some ish over here amongst people who hop on the show or whatever, but I never slander a boxer, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've watched boxers go on a lose streak and afterwards become great. I watched boxers that was great, go on a losing streak. But it ain't never over. That's how I look at it. You know what I mean? Y'all know what it is, man. Real talk, man. Like I said, y'all, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, all that, man. We are on our way. Man, ain't no me without y'all. To all my people over there on X, thank y'all for showing up and showing out. Make sure y'all find time to come over to YouTube and hit the subscribe button. It's still pinned at the top too over there on X too. So you can hit that link and come through as well and do that. Other than that, oh, dang, you know what I ain't talking about? I'm catching up on everything, man. I gotta add another day in, bro, because it'd be too much news, man. Josh Taylor, Jack Catterall. Taylor versus Catterall. I will be live tomorrow for that, and I've been waiting. I'm glad Catterall getting his chance to get his cookies back. That fight had been canceled, I think, twice? It's been 2 years, I think, since the last fight. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I will be live tomorrow a little early so we can talk about the particulars as well. So y'all make sure y'all show up and show out for that. That's tomorrow. I think that fight started at about 2:15 Central. So I will be live around then. Y'all will see the thumbnail. Hit that like on that thumbnail, man. Let me know that you're coming through. For real. Because I show, dang, boy. Man, I got to get up off here. We definitely going to talk about it tomorrow for sure. Yeah, that's it, man. Like I said, man. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, bro. I'm going to fade to black. I'm up out of here. All right. Deuces. Do that.